everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're just tuning in, my name is Melinda and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. I have been reselling on those platforms for 2 years and my username is Tailored and Teal. Today I am bringing you a new series that I have created and it's called What is eBay Talking About? I decided to add the jingle. Let me know if you like it. So there are certain type of items when I go to list them on eBay and it asks for a style, I have no clue what eBay is talking about. There will be different type of clothing items that I've never heard of before, and then I have to look it up and then I don't remember it for the next time. So I thought it would be informative and helpful for you and for me because I'm also learning while doing this. In terms of different types of clothing and styles of those clothing, and also to add more item specifics to your eBay listings. Even if you don't sell on eBay, I think this video would be very informative for you because it goes over different types of clothing items. Now, I will just be focusing on clothing items because that's probably about 90% of what I sell. Maybe eventually I'll get into hard goods, but for right now, we're just gonna stick to the clothing. So in this episode, we're going to talk about dresses specifically. So right underneath the brand is usually a style, and underneath the style, you click on that and there's more options. So for style of dresses on eBay, they give you 20 options to choose from. Now, sometimes the dress that you have won't fit into any of these styles, so you are able to write in your own type that you want, which I often do. I do have my computer down here, which is where my notes are, so I will be looking at that periodically. So first up is A-line style. So this is fitted at the hips and gradually widens towards the hem, giving the look of a letter A. These are also common in skirts as well. And if I didn't mention before, I will be putting up a photo of that specific style so that you can see what I'm talking about. Next is a ball gown. So this is an elaborate full-length dress that you wear to balls, proms, galas, fancy weddings, and similar social gatherings. Next up is bodycon dress. So this is designed to literally hug your body all the way. It's very fitting, it's super tight, and it sucks you in. Next is a fit and flare dress. This is a very popular style nowadays. It is fitted at the waist and flares out at or below the hips. It is very similar to an A-line, it's just a little bit fuller. And I always think of 1950s, 60s vintage dresses, how they have that flare out and you can twirl around almost. Next is a jacket dress, which I had no idea what eBay meant by this. So I Googled it, and it's one of those two-piece sets where it's a jacket on top and usually a full-length dress underneath, or like a midi-length dress. Think of items that you wear to weddings, to church gatherings, and even work. You could wear these jacket dresses. Next is a caftan, which can either be spelled with a K or a C, apparently. So this is a long, lightweight dress that hangs loose on the body. It is similar to long sleeve tunics, but have a wider sleeve, kind of like a kimono sleeve, and it's made from lighter fabrics. Kind of along the lines of this is a muumuu, but muumuus usually have shorter sleeves and they also have the Hawaiian prints on them. Which, if I ever have a muumuu, I usually will type in the word muumuu instead of putting it under a caftan, just because people do search for that specific word. Next is a maxi dress. So this is typically fitted at the top and then is loose flowing at the bottom. It is a very, very long length. It usually reaches to the floor or to your ankles, depending on how tall you are. And I always think of summertime loungy dresses, like dresses that you need to go do errands for, or you're going to like a casual party, something along those lines. So next is a mermaid style dress. So this typically refers to wedding dresses or evening gowns. It fits closely to the body through the torso and the hips and then fishtails out to a flare to the floor, making you look like a mermaid and like you have fins. Next is a mini dress. So this is just a short dress, honestly. There's not really much to go off of. It typically reaches mid-thigh or even higher. Next is an overall dress. Now, when I saw this on eBay, I thought overall dress was kind of like a muumuu or like a house dress. No, it's literally just a pair of overalls with a skirt, or like as a dress, basically. So it's, that's exactly what I wrote in my notes. Basically, it's overalls, but with a skirt at the bottom instead of pants or shorts. It's best to be worn with a shirt underneath because it's usually cut lower on the sides of the armpit area. I prefer to call this dress a jumper. Now, I don't know the specifics, what makes a jumper versus an overall dress, but that's what I think of, especially of the things that I wore as a kid. That's what we used to call them, was a jumper. Next is a pencil dress. So a pencil dress is an extension of a pencil skirt, which I will go in skirts on another one. But basically, it's a well-structured, fitted, really tight to the body, and it typically has a hem that falls close to the knee, giving it the pencil look. Next is a sheath dress. So sheath and shift dress, people often get confused. So a sheath dress is fitted, straight cut dress, often nipped at the waistline, but has no waist seam. And in my opinion, it kind of looks like an hourglass figure. So it goes in and then out, and it's very figure flattering. A shift dress is a roomy, almost shapeless type of dress that falls straight from your shoulders and it shifts with you. So it's easy to move around in. I really enjoy wearing this type of dress to events because it's not form-fitting and you're able to move around, especially like at weddings, you can dance. And so I like this type of dress. Okay, then next is a shirt dress. So this borrows details from a men's dress shirt. So think collar, buttons, cuffed sleeves. Often they're made in crisp fabrics like linen or cotton, and they're typically cut without a seam at the waist. So these dresses often have a looser fit. These are great dresses to go out and run errands with, or even for traveling. It kind of gives me like a preppy vibe is how I would describe it. Next is a slip dress. So slip dresses were very popular in, I believe, the late 90s to early 2000s. It closely resembles an underslip or petticoat. It is traditionally cut on the bias with spaghetti straps or thin straps. The slip dress looks like an undergarment, but it's meant to be worn as an actual dress. Next is a sweater dress. So a sweater dress can take any forms of what we've listed previously. It's basically just a knitted fabric, usually heavier weight. Usually you wear this in the fall and the winter. Sometimes there's big cowl necks, turtlenecks, long sleeves, short sleeves, different types of combinations. Next is a tank dress. So this is a light and airy, casual enough to be worn to many summer activities. They're usually made with breathable fabrics and it is sleeveless, giving the illusion of a tank top. Next is a trapeze and swing dress. So this is narrow at the shoulders and very wide at the hem of the dress, almost like an A-line dress, except that it's much more dramatic and has a wider hem than the A-line does. And the silhouette of it looks like a triangle. Next is a t-shirt dress. So this is very similar to a shirt dress, except not as fancy or as formal. It's definitely more casual. It's made of t-shirt or breathable jersey material, and it's perfect to wear for errands or while traveling. And it typically does have sleeves. And last in the dresses categories is a wrap dress. So this type of dress has a front closure that is formed by wrapping one side across the other and knotting the attached ties that wrap around the back at the waist, or with fastening buttons as well. This forms a V-shaped neckline and hugs the wearer's curves and is very flattering. Think Diane von Furstenberg. She is famous for her wrap dresses, and it just gives you a very sophisticated look, I think. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of What is eBay Talking About? Hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you learned something new. I know I certainly did, and I really do enjoy researching items, so look for more of these to come. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out what sold videos twice a month. I put out tons of hauls, I put out lots of ThreadUp unboxings, and I would really enjoy having you as a subscriber. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up before you leave. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!